Hello and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ernis. Welcome to PCC Outreach. Here you will learn so many things about Pitt Community College, and as always, if you're watching the show, just make sure you get your pen, paper out, and because the things that you hear here on the show, you want to make sure that you pass them out to anybody in the community. We're not working we do not have all these programs at Pitt Community College, and we're trying to keep them a secret. We are trying to get everybody to understand and what goes on at Pitt Community College, and you are a part of the college, and we want to make sure that, as you know, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you are deputized as a recruiter for the college. So make sure you pass the word on. We have a great show for you today, so sit back there and listen. Like I said, make sure you're taking notes on what's going on, because there's a lot of great things, and we're going to make sure that you know about these great things that are going on at Pitt Community College. Today we have a new guest on the show, not new to the community college, somewhat new to Pitt Community College, but we want to welcome Miss Roslyn Bethea to the show. Roslyn, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Well, tell us a little bit about this is kind of your first time doing the show. Hopefully, definitely not going to be your last, but kind of introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about Roslyn and what she does now for Pitt Community College and where you're coming from.
Hello, everyone. My name is Roslyn Bethea, and I'm the Director of Online Instructional Design here at Pitt Community College. I've been at Pitt for about 2 months. I come with a background of 12 years in the community college sector. So what I am here to talk a little bit about today is we're offering some courses online, and we are super excited about the new courses that we're offering at PCC that we'll be bringing to the community and to our local business partners.
Okay, first of all, let's dive right into it. Before we talk a little bit about these courses, we're talking about what you do as far as online and stuff. Tell us a little bit about what does that mean? What are we talking about here? What did that consist of?
So, an online instructional designer, what I do is I work with the college to design courses that meet the needs of the community, small businesses, any type of course that we offer at Pitt. We want to make sure that we're giving the students the meat and gravy that they need to be successful in the world. So that's really what I do with online instructional design.
Okay, well, here I also like to break it down for everybody to kind of truly understand. And you're talking about online. Tell us a little bit. How does student benefit from online, and what are some of the barriers that I guess a student encounters when they're trying to take a course online?
Well, the one thing that I think that the students receive when they're taking courses online is the opportunity, especially in the workforce development arena, that it's giving them an opportunity to receive those stackable credentials that they need in order to be successful in the world. You can also take those stackable credentials and move over to the curriculum side of the house as well, and you'll have that knowledge and wisdom when you're going over to the curriculum side. Now, there are a few barriers with online learning. Some students are just not, it's hard for them to learn online. They prefer a face-to-face environment. But unfortunately, due to COVID-19, that is a real challenge for us right now. So most of our courses are offered completely online.
Okay, now with so much to talk about and very little time, and by you understanding all this, there are some things that you're already involved in at Pitt Community College that you're already, that I know you want to get out, and so I know you want to push, and so you can talk about these wonderful classes that we're putting together over at Pitt. So tell us a little bit about what's going on.
So, as an Achieving the Dream institution, that is exactly what we want to offer our students as well as the community. We would like to be a part of that platform that assists them with achieving their dreams. So one of our goals at PCC is to strengthen our workforce development and student and community partnerships. So with that in mind, we are developing an online leadership academy that currently offers 7 online courses in our first series of courses. We will begin offering these courses on February the 10th. Some of those courses are included, some of the courses that are included in that series are Fundamentals of Supervision 1 and 2, Achieving Success with Difficult People, and Building Teams That Work. One of the things that we're focusing on right now, because we know that with COVID, remote workforce is a challenge for everyone. So right now, we're also in the process of designing a remote workforce management course. Stay tuned for that, regarding more information regarding that course, because it's coming very soon. We're also working with our business division and launching some of our new courses, such as Certified Bookkeeper with Excel, Fitness Business Management, Call Center Representative, and so much more. So we have about 300 or more courses that we're trying to put together to work with our different divisions to offer those courses online.
Now, when you're offering these courses, people who I would just say, I guess everybody can take courses online, but we're talking about the workforce a lot here. And now when we talk about workforce or getting into the workforce, that's one thing. But how about people who are already in the workforce and looking to enhance? Is this a great way for them to get that?
Absolutely. We have a lot of courses where students, people that are already employed, they can receive professional development credits for those courses. We also have some courses where teachers can receive credits for their professional development as well. So there's a plethora of courses out there that is for everyone.
Okay, well, part of my job is to kind of take away all the myths out there, make people more comfortable also about utilizing the community college and asking questions about the community college. So it's for everybody. So when I think of everybody, now I'm thinking of that person that's been working out there for a couple of years, maybe 5 to 7 years or better or whatever. And, they graduated from high school and they're saying to themselves, this is college. What do I need to do to go to college? So, when you're registering online, what is normally, if they're going to register for the classes we talked about earlier, what would they need?
What would they need to register?
They need to register. How are they prepared to register to come to college? Do I just register? Do I have to apply? Do I have to fill out an application to come to Pitt? How do I do this?
So for the courses that we're referring to, no, you do not have to go through the application process for Pitt. All you have to do is visit our continuing education website, and there'll be a list of courses that are offered online. So it's not as a tedious process as going through when you're wanting to go through the curriculum program.
Now, we're talking about just adding more or learning more in the workplace and things like that. Are these great classes for people who are graduating from college, trying to get into the workforce?
Absolutely. It is an added value to all people. Once again, I talked about the stackable credentials. You may have a degree, but however, some companies are looking for a certification in a certain area. They may be looking for a certification in Microsoft PowerPoint or Excel. It just depends on the company. So you always want to make sure that you're keeping yourself up, that you're keeping yourself in the know and knowing what is needed out in the community so that you can take those courses so that you can make sure you have those credentials that will possibly get you a job.
Now, what am I to do, I guess, if I ask the question, I just recently graduated from high school and I'm having a hard time finding a job. Is this for me too? And the next part of the question that you can go ahead and answer, it sounds like you stated that you had about 300 courses or more that's out there or whatever. How do people go through and just, what's right for me if I'm just searching through? Are they listed like technical here, office skills here, or whatever? And I know people need to go online to do this, but I like to give them a feel for what we're talking about here, a true feel of online course, because there's a lot of people taking online courses. There's a lot of people who need to take online courses, and there's a lot of people going, I don't know about online courses. So we got to cover all of this in a few minutes here. So I have never. Let's just take me. I'll ask the question. I've never taken an online course before, and I'm out of high school. I need to do that or something to. I need to enhance. I need some stackable credentials to go to work. Whatever. How do I get started?
Well, first of all, you have to determine what your passion is. So a lot of times people just go to school not sure what their passion is, and you want to make sure that you're passionate about whatever it is that you're getting ready to go into. I am open to having conversations with all students in regards to their course interests, what they would like to take, what path they would like to take, and that's what advisors are for as well. To determine that path that you want to go down. You're coming just out of high school and you're not sure what you want to do. You need to do your research. Make sure that, check the salaries and all this information is online. Just think about, is it your passion? And if it's your passion, then you move forward. You can call our office, have a conversation with me. You can have a conversation with my assistant, Ashley Norval. And we will try to guide you in the right direction to make sure that you're going in the right direction, because career pathways is so important. Mm-hmm. You can actually start, if you choose to, you can start out with a continuing education class with the same background as, so say you wanted to do CompTIA. There is some continuing education courses that you can start with CompTIA, and then you can move your way on to the curriculum side for a degree. And then with that being said, you'll have those stackable credentials as well as a degree, which will more than likely make you a highly suitable candidate for a position.
Okay, with so much going on with online courses, we certainly thank you for being on the show today and enlightening us with what's going on. We're not finished with you yet, though, but we have with a couple of minutes. My guest is Roslyn Bethea. She's online design. Is that correct?
Online instructional design.
Instructional design. At Pitt Community College. And just a couple of minutes, I just want to recap definitely the courses that's going on now, and just a state of the mention of all the courses that you say are out there. Real quickly, 2 minutes to wrap up. Well, this is for those of you just tuning in, we can try to give you a quick recap of about a couple of minutes with Ms. Bethea, and we're going to tell you right now, I just joined I just tuned into the show, and what have you been talking about? Tell me.
We have been talking about the excitement at Pitt Community College for us to be able to work with our community and our local business partners in offering online classes. Right now, we're offering a leadership academy that consists of 7 courses. That's in our first series. Just to sample, some of those classes include Fundamentals of Supervision 1 and 2, Achieving Success with Difficult People, Building Teams that Work. We are also working on our Remote Workforce Management course, and that is coming really, really soon, and I am super excited about that. We're also working with our business division and launching new courses as well, such as Call Center Representative, Fitness Business Management, Accounts Payable Specials with Microsoft Excel, Certified Bookkeeper with Microsoft Excel, and so much more.
Mm-hmm. Now, and also, COVID has changed a lot of things for people, how they're learning now. A lot of people that was off to college, some, we know that some are not going back, and something that some are going to be around. And I assume if I were to ask you, would this be great for them right now? Also, to just start stacking those credentials, would it be a good idea?
Absolutely. I would encourage anyone while you're out, while you're home, to continue to invest in yourself. Take as many courses as you can to make sure that you're ready when you go back into the workforce.
And real quick, this is always an issue, but and I have to put it out there. What is it like trying to pay for these courses? Are they very expensive courses, or I know all of them are not the same, but I'm sure if it's like the community college, it is cash friendly. I would like to say.
So in February, what we're doing is we're trying to decrease some of the prices for our courses. So some of the courses, most of the courses that I mentioned in the fundamental in the Leadership Academy, most of those classes are only $70. A lot of our online classes, the short-term training program courses are $70, and some may be a little bit higher. And then we also have the career training programs, which may be a little bit more expensive, but we're always looking for ways to have sponsorships to pay for those courses.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and explaining
You're
this.
welcome.
And I'll ask you, with all these listeners and everybody watching you, will you come back and see us again real soon?
I will. Thank you so much for having me.
My guest today has been Ms. Roslyn Bethea. She's with Pitt Community College. We talked about online instructional design, but taking classes online, as you would say it, and a lot of people are doing that. People are just getting full degrees online now. So it's come a long way, and it still has a long way to go, because we want to make sure that, as we talked about the workforce, all you guys who are working and want to enhance and have those stackable credentials, or you're looking for that raise, you're looking to go in another department and you need the training, you may need to take a look at these classes that we have online. We're talking more than 300 classes, I believe, if I'm quoting you right.
Absolutely.
That's out there now.
Yes.
That's out there now for you to look at. And we're talking, $70, maybe a little more, whatever. Not talking a lot of money for credentials right now. That's not a lot of tuition to be paid for these courses. So remember, pass the word on. If you know high school students that are out of high school, they need to look at this. People who have graduated and they're working and they need to move a little further from the job that they're in. They need to look at this. You got people home from college who have not gone back. They need to look at this. You got people who with degrees. They need to look at this. You need to look at this, is what I'm saying. So make sure that you continue to get the word out to the community on all these great things that are going on at Pitt Community College. We have we have great online help for you, and we want to make sure that you take advantage of this, because this too is going to come. This train has left the station, guys. I've talked to you about the COVID over the last couple of semesters. We have not shut down, so we've never reopened. We stayed open. We're going to stay open. We're here for the community, so make sure you pass the word on that Pitt Community College is open for business for you, and you. And I still have that one seat at Pitt Community College. I cannot feel until you get out there. Your name is on the seat. It'll be there when you come. We thank you for listening. We thank you again, Roslyn, for being with us. And for all of you out there, we will see you next week with a brand new show.